Hey guys, how are we doing? Very well. In today's video I am going to react to another BuzzFeed video. I did one a little while ago which was me reacting to two women getting single needle tattoos, and you guys seem to have loved that video, but I got a lot of comments on that video saying there's another one that I should really react to, and it's a cover-up video, and I was like, okay, like if there's a lot of comments saying I need to watch it or react to it, then I'm like, okay, there must be something in this that's like pretty bad or iconic, I don't know. So that's what I'm going to be reacting to today. I just need to get my little setup all done and put my laptop down here. Okay, so I've got my laptop here, as you can see. So yeah, the video that I'm reacting to is from a BuzzFeed sub-channel called ASLS, and the video is called I Covered Up My Embarrassing Early 2000s Tattoo. And we've all had our fair share. Well, I mean, if you're my kind of age, we've had our fair share of those. That's how I kind of started off getting tattooed. I had very questionable tattoos. Most of them have been covered up though. But I'm intrigued to see what the hype is about, honestly. I'm sorry, that first like 2 seconds, what the fuck? The thing is, it sounds like so intense, and it's just like, oh my god, like if I had never had a tattoo before and I saw that, I would like freak out. I was just like, oh my god, is it really that intense?
So today I'm getting my rather embarrassing early 2000s tattoo covered up. I got a tattoo when I was way too young. I was about 16 or 17 years old, and basically my boyfriend at the time was like, hey, do you want to get a tattoo? I'm gonna get one. And I was like, yes, because that's cool.
Oh my god. First of all, she sounds British, right? She's British, that's awesome. Anyway, I can't say I've been there. I wanted to get tattooed because I have always loved tattoos. I've actually never heard someone in my life, obviously it happens, but I've never heard like from any of you guys or anything that you wanted to get tattooed because you thought looking tattooed was cool, if that makes any sense. Like it was a cool thing to do. Most of you say that you do it because you appreciate the art and stuff, and yeah, tattoos do look cool, but I don't know how to explain this. Like tattoos do look cool, but we don't do it because it's cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway. I looked for a little while, not very long, at what I wanted, and decided that I wanted a butterfly and a Chinese symbol. And the butterfly would be stardust. Now, it's not actually stardust, it's supposed to be coming off of its wings, but to me it looks like it's stardust. The state of that tattoo, I just need to look at this. Oh, that is a state. This must be very old because I don't know how old she is, but I want to say she's probably a little bit older than me. I'm 29. I want to say she's maybe 30 to 34. I hope that's not insulting to her. But yeah, this tattoo would be pretty old now. Not pretty old, but let's say it's like 14, 15. It could be anything from like 14 to 19 years old. My maths is terrible. It's not old, but it's on the older side of a tattoo. By the way she was describing her experience, like she just picked any old thing. I feel like she's just gone to any old tattoo studio, so I'm assuming here, by the way. She's gone to any old tattoo studio, thought, fuck it, I'll have that, and maybe not done much research on it or anything like that, like the tattoo artist, because that is pretty bad. Like the quality of that is like, that has not held up well at all. The butterfly literally looks like something I flushed down the toilet earlier. For a solid black design like a Chinese symbol, it should have held up a little bit better than that. You know, if you're using just solid black, that's faded so much and it's so patchy as well. And don't even, well, actually for the butt sprinkles, they've held up pretty nicely actually for just coloured blobs or coloured dots. That's held up quite nicely, much better than the poop butterfly anyway, I would say. Like, interesting.
Hey guys, I'm Diana C. Munoz, aka DCM Tattoos, and I work at Shamrock Social Club.
So it's this girl again, okay. Yeah, this artist kind of specialises in fine line, intricate single needle tattoos, and some of them are okay, some not so okay when it comes to single needle fine line. Like the bigger the better, obviously, with this kind of thing.
About 4 years into it, I started doing cover-up. It's something that I rarely do nowadays, but I do like to take on special projects. I regularly just do fresh tattoos on fresh skin.
The two cover-ups that she showed, or this video showed, in my opinion, they're not bad. They're really nice. It is hard to do a cover up. I will give every artist that. Sometimes it's just hard. You got to cover up sometimes a really old scarred tattoo, or you know, it's a big tattoo and you've got to try and work around that, or the way it's shaped is a bit hard to cover up. There's just so many factors when it comes to cover up tattoos, and I don't know how long some of you guys have been here, but I used to talk about a TV show on here a lot called Tattoo Fixers, and there was, you know, some questionable tattoo artists on there that would literally, they'd be like the most tiniest tattoo and then they'd do a cover up and it'd be like a whole fucking back piece for no reason whatsoever. So there are artists out there that just cannot do cover ups, and you know, it does take a skill, but they may excel in something else or whatever. But if you can get a tattoo artist that is good at cover ups and doing whatever style of tattoo they do, bonus.
It took me so long to decide what to cover it with because I don't love tattoos on me, so it has to be something that I know I'm gonna like forever. I came up with something that was basically like a mountain, like forest scape, because I was like, I'll never get bored of trees.
That's fair enough. Yeah, you can't really get bored of trees, they're everywhere. So I like that design that she has picked. I don't know if she drew it or she got someone else to draw it for her. The only thing with this is it's not solid in any places, if that makes any sense. So if you look at the trees, it's very like sketchy, so there's gaps in between each tree, and with what she has, you'd see the old tattoo through it. That poop butterfly and the Chinese symbol is too big for this to sit on top of it, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
I haven't actually seen the end design yet because the artist hasn't shown me. She just knows what I wanted, and I'm about to find out what she has designed for me. I'm pretty nervous. I hope I want it.
That's always like the nerve-wracking thing when you go to a tattoo studio and you haven't seen the design. I always give my tattoo artist creative freedom. I'm just like, this is the kind of thing I want, but honestly just do whatever you want with the idea that I've given you. And my ideas are very, very basic. For example, when I got my alien tattoo, I think I just said I want an alien in a UFO, and then the artist who did it, Sam Whitehead, just created the most amazing alien tattoo ever. I was just like, whoa, this just blows my mind every time it happens, and with every tattoo that I've ever booked, everyone just exceeds my expectations, you know. But it's always like nerve-wracking going into the studio thinking, oh, what if I don't actually like it? But I've never actually had that moment where I've been like, I don't actually like that. So I can understand her nervousness towards it, especially when you don't have that many tattoos. I think that is her only tattoo.
I haven't seen my design yet.
Yeah, so I know that you had mentioned that you wanted to do more of a nature scene with the mountains and the trees. However, since we are doing a cover up, our options are kind of limited, and I didn't want to do a gigantic cover up on you. I wanted to keep it dainty and pretty, just like you.
Ah!
So this is the design that I came up with. It's kind of like a combination of geometry and floral.
This is beautiful. Yay. I love it.
That's not what she asked for though. Okay, now I can see why you guys wanted me to react to this, because that is not even close to what she wanted. She wanted a nature, tree, mountain type tattoo. And yeah, flowers are nature, I know. But there's not even one tree in there. There's no compromise at all. This is nothing like what she wanted. Like nothing, zero. I mean, yeah, you've got that, the same kind of shape as the other one that was mocked up or designed. Imagine emailing a tattoo artist and being like, I would very much like a tiger. And then you go to the studio and they're like, well, so I know you wanted a tiger, but we're gonna give you an elephant. Just, you know, that's just what we're feeling like doing today. Like, could you imagine? And I know with cover-ups there has to be compromise. There has to be compromise, without a doubt. You do have to, you know, wiggle around some things, and this is very different to what she wanted. You know, like, there is no compromise here. This artist has literally been like, well, she wanted trees, which is nature. Flowers are nature, right? Let's do flowers. That don't sit right with me. Like, I would be like, I would have a bit of a problem with that, you know. This girl is in like a tricky situation because this is obviously being filmed, so like you can't really kick up a fuss. I mean, she could if she really wanted to, obviously. I know, like if she was really unhappy with it, I think she would say, hey, I actually don't want this on me at all. But then there's a chance that she doesn't feel like she can say that and be like, I'm maybe reading into it a bit too much. But if you're in a professional setting, this is obviously her job, right? Like imagine just being like, oh no, this really isn't what I wanted, I refuse. Like, that would be kind of unprofessional, right? I just feel like she's trapped. I may be reading into this too much. Let me know how you feel. Like, I know for a fact that if I was in a professional setting, I would have the hardest time saying I don't like that. And especially with something like this is on your body for life. And I'm also guessing, I might be wrong, I'm guessing that diamond shape is going to be blacked out because that's where the original tattoo is going to fit. So she's going to have a black diamond on her shoulder. Oh, this is BuzzFeed, if you're watching this, right, if you need help with tattoo content, holler at me, okay? This is a bad representation of how cover-ups should go. There's always a bit of compromise. This is far beyond compromise. The artist has just done what she wanted, and it's kind of uncomfortable, honestly.
Yeah. So we'll do that solid to cover the butterfly and the kanji symbol, and then we'll treat the flowers really delicately.
I had in my mind that I wanted the tree situation, but
Right.
this is just as good. I'm very excited.
So yeah, she's gonna black out that whole freaking thing. Oh, and then she's gonna probably do those really fine single needle flowers that she did in the other freaking video that I reacted to, and it's all gonna be a hot mess in 5 years time, and with that black blob next to it, oh my god. Oh, I don't know, I'll stop judging now because I haven't seen the final thing, but I'm kind of I'm praying for this girl. I'm praying for this girl. I hope she's okay. It does fit nicely over it, so that makes me think this artist has come into contact with this girl before, or she's had a photo. I don't know how she's managed to measure that up so nicely. Conspiracy theory. I can't believe how big that diamond shape is, and it's going to be all black next to single needle fine line flowers. I'm all for contrasts and stuff. No.
I've literally forgotten what this is going to feel like, so let's see. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I love how she's like, How many of us have been there? We're just like, fuck's sake. Especially if you haven't been tattooed for a while, you kind of like, you don't forget how it feels, but you're just like, oh, it can't be that bad. I don't remember it being that bad. And then you lay down or you sit down and you're just like, oh yeah, I remember that.
So the way I started doing cover-ups is mainly by request. It's just people who are like, I need this to be gone.
I need this to be gone. I mean, we've all been there. I've had, I don't know how many cover-ups I've had now, but 4, 5. We've all had that moment where you look at an old dodgy tattoo that you got when you were younger and you're just like, I don't need this anymore. Like, compared to all my new good tattoos, I don't need this old one on show, ruining the party for everybody else. You know, it's like the person at the party that's just like really boring and moaning, and it's just like, go away already.
So the way that I go about designing the cover-up is obviously I do a small consultation with my client and see what they're attracted to.
So she sees what they're attracted to, like this girl is attracted to trees, but then she did a flower situation for her. Okay, if any of you guys fancy getting tattooed by this artist, make sure you tell her the opposite of what you like. You know, so if you want a dragon tattoo, just tell her that you want a turtle or something, you know, or a shark, then you might get a dragon, you know? Fucking hell.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the meaty part of the cover-up and we're gonna start doing all that nice solid black.
I'm a little nervous about this part.
I do try to incorporate the old lines into the new tattoo, though more recently I have been doing these kind of like solid geometry and floral pieces, which I find pretty interesting because they have almost like this very light touch to the flowers and then this very like dark solid to the geometry.
So she just said, I find geometry tattoos with flowers attractive. So she's basically doing this because that's what she likes to do. I know there's so many tattoo artists out there that love doing a certain type of design or a certain type of style or whatever, like they have a favorite. It's just like with any job, you have a favorite task that you like doing, whether it's like organizing or whatever, right? So I understand that, but you can't push that on to people, you know, and just make them get something.
Oh my god, that hurts.
The only thing I feel personally, I feel like the white and single needle tiny tattoos like this, there's just no point. Because if we look back to what this artist did on another girl from BuzzFeed, she got a cover up behind her ear. She had like a Tinkerbell tattoo and then she had a bird over it, and this artist did like fine details and what have you, and you can see in the fresh photo there was like white highlights in there, but then you look at what it looks like now, all of it's gone. Like everything just blurs together. It's just you're just making things more complicated by adding more and more ink.
All right, my dear, we are done.
I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Just all that black. It just doesn't look natural. Do you know what I mean? Like that to me screams cover up. I obviously, because I know it's cover up, I'm probably thinking that, but it honestly does just scream cover up. It just...
Oh my god, it's so cool! Wow, that is super detailed. I love it. Oh, I really like the little diamond at the bottom. Thank you so, so much. I didn't ever think that I would get rid of that stupid thing, and now it's gone forever.
She seems happy with it, which is, in my opinion, a bonus. But again, there's cameras on her. So, I don't know. I just feel a little bit like, sorry for her. I don't know why. I just feel like she might be a little bit disappointed, but she can't show it. I don't know. I don't know. I've just never gone to a tattoo studio, asked for something, and been given something different. You know, so I don't know how I'd feel. It could be for the better, it could be for the worst. I don't know. But yeah, if we look at the tattoo, I mean, the artist is good at solid black. I'll give her that, because that is obviously hard to do, to get solid black like that. So I'll give her credit where credit is due. The flowers, I mean, the two bigger ones may be okay in the long run. The small intricate details though, especially in the other black diamond, there's a little flower in there that ain't gonna last too long. I mean, you know, like 5-10 years. Everything's gonna be a bit mushy, you know, with all that detail and stuff. You know, again, looking back to what this artist has done before with that bird tattoo I was just mentioning, small tattoos like that with so much detail, it doesn't last that long, you know. And the really fine intricate diamond that's underneath that, that's got nothing to it, the lines of that will blur out eventually, but it will hold pretty well because there is so much space there, so that's not, you know, anything to worry about. Okay, so we've got a little side-by-side comparison here. Is the cover-up better than your tattoo? Yeah, I'll give them that. I will say something nice. The thing is, when you look at it closely, the tattoo, like the cover up, doesn't look so bad. You know, it doesn't look so bad, but from afar away, it literally does just look like a black diamond with some squiggles, you know, because from far away, single needle fine line tattoos, you can't really see what's going on. It's not like, again, my big hand tattoo where you can see what's going on here because it is so big and bold. So from far away you can see what's happening. But if I was to have these little flowers on my hand, from far away it's gonna just look like grey stuff.
So it's been just over a week since I had the tattoo and it's healing really nicely. It looks really pretty and everyone I've shown it to absolutely loves it.
That actually looks really nice when it's healed. I'll give them that as well. It does look very, very nice. I just worry about those lines so much. Like that is fine line. Like that is single needle flowers right there. The outline of the flowers is just, it looks like a piece of hair. You know, it's that skinny. It literally looks like it's been made out of strands of hair. It's that thin. The other thing that I'm worried about is as the tattoo ages, so you see in the diamond there is like branches, so to say, so there's a little bit of negative space there. I've got a feeling as that tattoo expands over the years, like I've discussed before, tattoos, you know, blur out, the lines blur out as, you know, they get older, the ink just kind of moves under the skin a little bit. I've got a feeling that that negative space won't look so hot, you know, in a few years time. I don't know. I'd love to see this healed in like 5-10 years time. I'd love to see how it handles aging and stuff.
Although I was terrified for a few moments when she said she changed the design, I am super happy with it and I'm glad I have what I have. I can now show off my back to the world and not feel embarrassed.
Oh, so she actually mentioned the whole fact that it was changed. There's a part of me that thinks the reason why she's brought that up, because she knows there's either going to be comments down below in like the comment section saying, hang on, wait, that isn't what you asked for. So I think she feels like she has to like clarify and say, wait, before you guys start tapping away saying, that isn't what you asked for. She's felt the need to justify it. But another reason why I think she brought it up is because like she was genuinely shocked when she was first shown it. And maybe, again, I'm assuming, maybe, this is just a theory, she actually didn't like it to start off with, but then she went through with it and now she likes it. Like she's seen it, she's had it for a week or so, she's kind of warmed up to it. So she's like, you know what guys, yeah, I know that isn't what I asked for, but I actually really like it now. But she left out the now. I don't know. The whole thing is a bit strange to me. But yeah, I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this video, on my thoughts. And if you have any other videos you would like me to react to, just comment them down below. Just, you know, comment down the title or what have you. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing very, very well. And until my next video, bye.